Intel's HD graphics. They're fine. They are. They're not. They're not fine. You only have to look at the videos we make about them on the internet and how faintly we praise them to see. Look, we say, look how many frames we get in this 16-year-old classic game. And in this low polygon, virtually untextured modern game. And look at it play YouTube videos. Well, shit. Nobody wants to be lumbered with an Intel HD 630, but if it's what you've got, then you might as well know what it can do. In this video, as a response to a question from a viewer, I'm going to give it a real challenge. A 5-year-old port of a 7-year-old game. GTA 5's a perennial favourite, and thanks to the online game, it's as popular now as it ever was. It also scales really well to low-end hardware, so it's an ideal workout for our HD 630. If you've seen any of my other videos, links in the doobly-doo, you'll know I've previously tested the HD 630 integrated into various small form factor i5 PCs and my i7 laptop. As I've once again sold all of these small PCs, I'll be running these tests on the laptop's i7, either as a fully enabled 4-core 8-thread 7th generation i7, 4 cores with hyperthreading disabled to approximate an i5, or with 2 cores disabled and hyperthreading enabled to approximate an i3. The footage you'll see today is from actual benchmark runs, as all capture was done externally using one of those cheap-ass USB 2 HDMI capture dongles that I got because of EPOS Vox. Testing was done using the lowest settings, except for anti-aliasing, which has a minimal effect on frame rates, at 3 resolutions: 800x600, 1280x720, and 1920x1080. My laptop specs are on screen now. From what I recall, I believe Jay's 2 Cents tested GTA 5 a while back and found that it performs badly below 8GB of RAM, but that there's no tangible benefit to having 32GB, unless, like me, you use your laptop for Photoshop and DaVinci Resolve. And while I recommend everyone use an SSD if possible, running from a hard drive shouldn't have a noticeable effect on your frame rates. Finally, I have of course disabled the dedicated GPU in Device Manager for the duration of this test. Starting with the i3 run with 2 cores and 4 threads, 800x600 here gives extremely playable frame rates, though the hit from jumping to 1280x720 is small enough that I think that resolution is the sweet spot in terms of smoothness versus visual fidelity. Plus, if you have a 16:9 screen, 800x600 involves either black bars or stretching, neither of which are a good look. 1920x1080 looks nice enough, and you might even find it playable, at least in story mode, but I'd recommend skipping this setting for online play. Jumping up to the quad-core non-hyperthreaded i5, we see a big increase in numbers for the lowest resolution mode. 800x600 averages above the magic 60 FPS, though it can be pretty hard to identify targets from a distance at this setting. 1280x720 isn't a huge leap in performance over the i3, only about 10% on average, but with a nice 20% uplift in minimums that should ensure less stuttering. 1920x1080 is virtually indistinguishable from the i3, we're being held back by the HD 630 at this point. Finally, the i7, proving that you really shouldn't buy an i7 based laptop for gaming unless it has a dedicated GPU. At 800x600, there's an actual perceptible drop in frame rates compared to the i5, and only a slight margin of error level difference at 1280x720 and 1920x1080. Also, I tried a run at 3840x2160 for the lulz. Don't try this at home. Well, I've got to admit I was absolutely shocked. I did not expect GTA 5 to run this well on integrated graphics, and I'd go as far as to recommend it. Subscribe and click the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. I have a couple more single game tests in mind for the HD 630 before the end of the year. Also, I have a bunch of similar videos for budget-minded PC gamers on my channel, as well as gaming top 10s and assorted nonsense. Kindly do the usual YouTube things if you feel so inclined, and I'll see you next time.